Cadiz was established by brothers Frank and Ray Cadiz in 1993. It is a niche operator focusing primarily on equity derivatives, structuring and asset management. It recently sold 60% of its securities business to BNP Paribas. Cadiz has a market cap of 380 million rand, a price to earnings ratio of 66 and a dividend yield of 4.3%. Gerbrand, let me throw this to you first and open up on Cadiz.
Yeah, look, they've gone through a bit of restructuring in recent days, so it's very difficult to see what's going to come out of it. They certainly on the asset management side, they're not too bad, although they lost, I think, 2 or 3 main clients there, so they lost about 17% of their funds under management. But they haven't done badly. They've won a few awards on their managed flexible fund. I know they've won last year one of the Raging Bull Awards in South Africa. They won with some of their other funds previous year. So certainly not a bad company on the retail side. But certainly I think also on the hedge fund or on the security side, probably done the right thing of selling 70% of that specific business. It is a declining market for those companies in South Africa, like we said earlier. And it would be interesting to see the spin-offs that you can get from BNP Paribas being involved. So maybe a good call from them. Nice entry for BNP Paribas into South Africa and Africa market. But yeah, I think they should certainly probably focus on marketing going forward. But it would be nice to see, it's certainly depressed levels on the earnings side at the moment. It would be nice to see what it's going to come and do over the next year and 2 years, but certainly room for improvement.
At least there's room for improvement.
Yeah,
let's draw out the positives of this conversation.
Yeah, look, to be fair, I think they decided the securities business, it was a good idea to tie up with BNP, so that's now part of BNP's global operation, and I think there'll be some flows in due course. And they, in fact, distributed 50 cents to shareholders from part of the proceeds of that sale. The asset management unit has kind of waxed and waned. You'll remember Magda Versichka was there, and then Realm Barkai was there. Both of them are gone. They've lost some people, lost some mandates, but they're sort of in rebuild mode. The new CEO, Fraser Shaw, was interviewed by Svetlana a couple of days ago, and he was sort of, putting his best foot forward. So the derivatives expertise is still there. Quite a lot of headcount changes, though. The Cadiz brothers are both long gone. So that's still, I think, something of an expertise area for them, and they can target that in the private client and institutional area. But I think it's become a much smaller group, and from here it becomes a challenge for them to kind of demonstrate some earnings momentum again. At the moment, I think the institutional market and the market generally in the stock market has lost interest in this group.
But things will improve.
Well, that remains to be seen. The markets are always exciting. There's always lots going on, and you're only as good as your last trade.
All right, well, let's talk about this lost interest. Step back. Let's have a look at this graph in all its glory. So there we have it. That's lost interest from the market.
Yeah, but as I said, you got 50 cents out of it. So, it's trading at, I think, 1 Rand 30 or something now. Yeah, so, it sort of hasn't done too badly. I think the 50-cent fall is that last steep slide there about 6 months ago.
Hot or not on Cadiz, Gerbrand?
I just think at a P of 70, although depressed earnings and normalized earnings, you're probably looking at a cheap company. I would just like to know, so I have some more clarity on going forward, the operations.
Hot or not, Paul?
I think I've mentioned you this before, but Piet Viljoen's asset management company regarding capital management accumulated like a 25% stake here. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe Piet's going to go and buy the rest of the company. He liked the company so much, he bought the whole thing. Who knows? But I can't imagine he would buy the stake if he didn't have something in mind.
So are you saying because Piet bought it, it's hot?
No.
You walked yourself into that.
Yeah.
So if I ask you hot or not?
I'm saying because Piet bought a stake in it, it's not totally ice cold, but it's still not hot.